Greetings, welcome to Vivid Nightmares, where your nightmares will come true. I'm Julia. A few months ago, I decided to spend a weekend in a cabin in the woods, looking for some peace and disconnection. The cabin belonged to a family friend, and he lent it to me with the warning that, being so isolated, it would have no cell phone signal or electricity. I didn't care. In fact, it was just what I needed. The first day was quiet. I walked around, enjoyed the fresh air and the sound of nature. However, as night fell, everything changed. The absolute silence of the forest, which during the day was comforting, became oppressive and terrifying. I lit some candles and settled into the living room to read. The wood of the cabin creaked from time to time, but I chalked it up to the change in temperature. Suddenly, I heard a thud at the back door. I thought maybe some animal had approached, but when I opened the door, there was nothing. I went back to my book, trying to ignore the uneasiness that was beginning to settle in my chest. A while later, I heard another noise, this time closer, as if something was scraping the outside wall of the cabin. I decided to take a look out the window, but I couldn't see anything in the dark. I felt observed, as if an invisible presence was stalking me. I closed all the windows and locked the doors, trying to convince myself that it was just my imagination. However, the feeling of being watched did not disappear. At midnight, the noises intensified. Bumps and scratches that seemed to come from everywhere. My heart was pounding and my breath was short. It was then that I saw something that made my blood run cold. A shadow flashed past the living room window, moving at an unnatural speed. I grabbed a flashlight and steeled myself to go out and face whatever was outside. I walked around the cabin, illuminating every corner, but found nothing. When I went back inside, the front door was open, even though I remembered locking it. Inside the cabin, the atmosphere had changed. The shadows cast by the sails seemed to move on their own. I heard a whisper, an almost imperceptible murmur that seemed to say my name. The flashlight began to flicker and then went out completely. I felt a cold hand on my shoulder, but when I turned, no one was there. Panic set in, and without a second thought, I ran out of the cabin, into the woods. I ran without looking back until I reached a road and was able to call for help. Since that night, I have never been alone in any isolated place again. Sometimes, I still feel that cold hand on my shoulder, reminding me that something from that forest followed me and won't let me go. Thank you for watching this video. Remember and dream about your innermost demons. Bye. Greetings, welcome to Vivid Nightmares, where your nightmares will come true. I'm Julia. A few months ago, I decided to spend a weekend in a cabin in the woods, looking for some peace and disconnection. The cabin belonged to a family friend, and he lent it to me with the warning that, being so isolated, it would have no cell phone signal or electricity. I didn't care. In fact, it was just what I needed.